Hi friends, and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Courtney if you're new. I recently did a review of the Ninja Swirl and I wanted to show you how I like to clean it. They have a tutorial on their YouTube on how to clean it, but I just want to show you how I'm doing it so I get a very thorough clean in the lid where sometimes ice cream or whatever you're blending can build up. I'm going to show you that quickly and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, if you watched the Ninjas video, it was a good video in showing you all of the parts and how to clean them, but it wasn't very thorough. It did not show you that you need to clean these lids. If you see at the beginning, when I'm rinsing out the lid, there is a little bit of creamy residue, which is from the ice cream that we made. You always want to make sure that you're rinsing this extremely well, especially since the Ninja Swirl, you cannot see inside of the lid now. What I like to do is push that release tab that releases the blade, and I already have the blade removed, and just make sure that I'm getting all of those parts. I'll even go as far as putting some water in there and even shaking it at certain points. But you really want to make sure that all of that ice cream residue is out because you cannot see inside of it. I know a lot of people have had issues with their previous Creamies or the Creamy Deluxe where there would be some growth inside of the lid and it would even smell and have an off-putting odor. I've never had that issue because I've always cleaned it very well because I find that I do see there is some liquid in there. Now, I'm going to recommend that you do this for the Ninja Creami, the Ninja Creami Deluxe, and the Ninja Swirl. This is not just for the swirl. You can see inside of the Ninja Creami Deluxe, but you still want to rinse them and make sure that everything is outside of that lid, not inside of it. And the same goes for the Ninja Swirl lid that you're going to be using when you make the ice cream. I like to take out that part that goes inside of the lid and then really a good rinse. You'll see that it's going to come out of those 3 holes and it's just pouring out. When I had rinsed this previously, it had a ton of ice cream in here, so it may not have it in there every time, but you can't see inside, so you just want to make sure you're rinsing it. After you wash them, you'll see that the soap that's on them will also pour out of those holes. So everything does get in there. It's not a closed system. It is open and you cannot see inside the new ones. So you just want to make sure you're rinsing them thoroughly. With my Ninja Creami Deluxe, it has a ton of spots. As you can see, it just pours out of the entire top. It doesn't have those 3 little spots, and it also has spots on the side of the container lid. The next important part is you really want to shake all of that liquid out of there. The liquid can get trapped in there, so you don't want liquid or any food residue stuck in there. Now we're going to clean the Ninja Swirl lid. This is the lid that we use to make the ice cream, which pushes it down and makes that swirl. You want to make sure that you're cleaning this very thoroughly. And while they say that you can use the dishwasher, I just don't recommend doing that. Maybe if you had rinsed it and then you're taking it out and draining it and rinsing it again, but I don't feel like you're going to get that good clean that you would with hand washing. So yes, while it is dishwasher safe, I don't think the dishwasher is going to wash it well. So I like to, again, use that release part and then make sure I'm rinsing all of it. And once I see that all the soap is coming out of there and then it's clear water, I can drain it. Again, you want to really shake it because the water does stick in it. And I will say that the Ninja Swirl lid that does the creamy action sticks even more. You got to really shake it out. So if you don't hear water, then there's no water in there. But as long as you don't hear water, we know the water has cleaned it out and there is no more residual ice cream either. Now I'm cleaning the creamy lid for the Ninja Swirl. This is the part that actually makes it the Ninja Creami portion. So we're just going to make sure we're scrubbing all of the parts inside because there is some crevices here. I did miss a little bit of chocolate chips and I had to go back. As you can see, I'm really scrubbing it too. So I was a little surprised that I had a little bit of chocolate chip residue there. I am making sure I clean it inside and out. Again, pulling that lever. I have the blade out already and I'm really just making sure it's nice and clean. Now you'll see when I rinse it, you will see some soap coming out of those holes. But again, once you rinse it well, all of the soap should be out too. And there I go, getting that piece of chocolate that I somehow missed, even though I was scrubbing it really well. I don't know, it's chocolate. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and rinse in those spots. You'll see a little bit of soap come out and you really probably thought that was rinsed and clean. According to that video, it should have been cleaned. But again, I like to put some water in there and just really shake it up. I cannot see inside of this lid. I do not know what's going on in there and I don't want anything growing in there either. So I am making sure I am completely thorough when I clean this lid. Again, I have to shake this lid a little bit more than I thought what I would with compared to the other lids. And I'm just going to show you, look, it really just holds a lot of water. It's a big lid. It holds all that water. So that means it could hold all that ice cream. So you want to really make sure you're rinsing, then cleaning, then rinsing, then draining, and then shaking it out, getting all of that water out. I'm still getting a little bit. If you don't hear water, it should be good. And as you can see, there's still a little bit. And then I think it was, yeah, there. Now it's good. Now we have the other portion of the Ninja Swirl lid, the piece that we took out when we unlocked the lid that we used to push it down. And you want to take this plunger seal off because some ice cream does get in there. So it's pushing that ice cream, and when it pushes, I guess all of that friction will allow some ice cream to slide into those little cracks and crevices. So I highly recommend taking off that plunger seal each time you clean it. Again, this is a part that you could probably put in the dishwasher, but I find that it's just super simple to just take a scrubby washcloth or a sponge and just lightly clean it like this. You don't need anything abrasive. I don't use the harder part of my Scrub Daddy. I just use the regular sponge side, and it cleans it up beautifully. And then there's no more residual ice cream or gook inside of that spot. But if you don't take off that plunger seal, you're going to have a lot of bacterial growth. So please do that. It's definitely recommended. Then we're going to work on cleaning the jars. And first I'm going to take that plunger seal and just really scrub that down. There is a little crack and crevice in there, and you want to really make sure you get in there as well in case there's any residual ice cream or mixture. Now, when it comes to cleaning the pint, the Ninja Swirl pint is going to be a little bit more involved than the Ninja Creami pint or the Ninja Creami Deluxe pint. It's not that hard to do. All you're wanting to do is just remove the lid. Obviously, we have that cleaned and removed already. And then we're just going to take our sponge and clean it inside and out. I like to pop open that bottom so I can make sure that water is going through there as well. And you're going to want to pay attention to the spot where the ice cream does flow out. You're first going to take off that nozzle as well, and then we'll clean those too. So just make sure you're cleaning every crevice and every spot inside and out, because even the outside is dirty. I know some people, I don't know. It's kind of gross. I've seen people not clean the outside of stuff, like the outside of a pan, because just clean the entire thing inside and out. Then once we have this rinsed, we're just going to do the nozzle part, which is super simple. And I do like to keep that part open on the bottom, like where we have to twist it for the ice cream cone to be standing up straight up. I like that part to be open so it can dry nicely. Then we're going to clean the nozzle and the filter part that, you know, pipes the ice cream. I'm just using my sponge again and just making sure I get a good, nice clean. I'll even poke my sponge a little bit through that little star tip so I can make sure it's very clean. Because remember, we're putting our ice cream through this. We want everything to be cleanly and not yuck. So again, we're just going to put that to the side and let that rinse. Now here is the Ninja Creami Deluxe pint. It's going to be much easier to clean. You're just going to quickly rinse it. It's one little part. But again, you're not going to have that fun swirl action. So I do love my Ninja Creami Deluxe. It is easy to clean. I find that the Ninja Swirl is just as easy to clean, but you have just a little bit more parts. I do think that you should wash them by hand, although they do recommend they are dishwasher safe. I don't feel like dishwasher safe and dishwasher clean are the same things here. I did not show myself cleaning the blades, but definitely make sure you clean those. I cleaned those before I cleaned everything else. So just make sure you're washing all removable parts. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my video. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below and then I'll answer them there. Bye, friends.